So good. Good morning, you guys.
Welcome to the Sam Leah Show. We're on a mission to become our best selves, and we're inviting you along for the ride. We've had quite a morning.
We're gonna have to work on trying to be our best selves today. I'm gonna tell you what. This is like one of the Mondayest of Mondays I've had in
Really
a long time. I have not woke up this grumpy
there's a moon
in a long time.
Next Thursday we got a full moon. I don't know what's going on today.
It's just, I think for me, it's exhaustion finally setting in. Like, I think the ramp up of like the proms, the graduation, the selling the house, the buying the house, the blah, blah, blah. I think I woke up this morning with like, it's all here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like waking up tired, which makes me, when I'm tired, I'm grouchy.
Yeah, same.
Same. It's like
yesterday was really nice though. I will say I had a very nice Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I went to my friend's house for a brunch with her family. That was really nice. And then we ended up going to my husband's grandma's for dinner. And because Mother's Day for me for a long time has been kind of sketch because I just get sad that I don't have my mom. And so sometimes it's like hit or miss. Sometimes they're like rough days for me.
Yeah.
But I had a really nice day. And then we did some kind of yard work and made the garden look nice. And by garden, I mean like rock garden because I have no green thumbs. It's just rocks and mulch. But we did put out hummingbird feeders and we got hummingbirds already like the first day. I don't know about you guys, but when they are magical to me. When a hummingbird comes to my house, I feel privileged, like that they're gracing me with their presence. I love it. So I have 4 hummingbird feeders out and I get excited all year, like all summer, watching them.
Yeah. My grandma has hummingbird feeders, but then my neighbors down the road, they have like a humongous hummingbird like community that comes. Cool. And 2 years ago, a hummingbird stayed for winter with them.
What?
Which I guess never happens. And like people came, like bird people came to like view it, and snow was on the ground and this hummingbird was still there. Now, Adam, the owner of the home, he had built like a room for this hummingbird with like lights, a heat lamp and everything so that it would survive. And yeah, it hung out all winter. It was a pretty cool thing.
How did the sugar water not freeze? Like what was it?
The wife works from home and she just all the time put out fresh stuff, and the whole winter it was like their pet. So yeah, but people came from afar to see this hummingbird that did not leave for the winter.
That's crazy.
It was big. It was big news around here. Big news around here. But yeah, my Mother's Day, all 4 kids came home. So I had all 4 for a few hours. It was nice. Got some cool gifts. Walker gave me a jar full of fucks. So that was funny. And then he's wanting to start a new business. So he came and brought me a gift that might be a new business opportunity for him as an entrepreneur. So we talked a lot about that, which I'm always excited to talk about entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. And the littles, the school always makes a video of the kids asking them questions. And I have to ask you if this would hurt your feelings. Brutus, my 4-year-old, who has kind of a delay in processing a little bit when asked a question. He's usually like 20 minutes later. He'll be like, oh, I know what the answer is. So it was rapid fire questions. So anytime it's rapid fire, you never know what you're going to get. What's your mom's name? And he says, Sam, he says, what's your mom's favorite food? He says chicken nuggets, which is his favorite food. And then she says, what's your mom's favorite drink? And he says pink. I don't know. My drink is orange that I drink. What's your mom good at? And he said, making mama juice, which is this juice that him and I are obsessed with. We make it every day. And then she goes, where does your mom like to go? He says, to her office.
Yeah. I mean, he ain't lying.
Where's your mom's favorite? But she's like, because he paused, because she goes, where's your mom's favorite place to go? Like, where does she like to hang out? Where does she like to go? And he goes,
her office.
Her office. And I was like, but like they have full access to dad all the time. Yeah. I'm the one that works. So they see me having to leave to go to office, and I'm like, hey, I got to go work real quick. And I go to office. So that one just like, ooh. But then she said, what do you love to do with your mom? And he said, snuggle with her. So, which he is my kid that would go back in the womb if I would let him. But those little videos, like if I had somebody that would have done those videos for, my older kids, I would watch them now that Josie's graduating in a week. That'd probably make me cry. But oh my gosh, Josie let me braid her hair this morning.
Oh,
don't tell me. Last night she goes, I wore my hair in pigtails yesterday. And she goes, hey, I really like your hair. I did like this little twist and a pig and ponytails. She goes, hey, can you braid my hair in the morning? And I was like, I tried to play cool. I was trying to play cool. I was like, yeah. What time do you need me up? Acting like it was like a chore, like, yeah, I guess I can get up early. And she's like, if you could be up at 6, dude, I was up at like 5:40, like waiting for her to text me. And she's like, hey, I'm ready. I'm like, okay, I'll be there in a minute. I'm like, shoo, I'm in there. And I gave her Dutch braids, where you braid, where the braid pops up instead of, I was so excited. She sent me a picture this morning. She's like, I love my hair.
These are the things that I wish you lived next to me, because I would come to your house in the morning and I would have you braid my hair.
Oh my God,
I have 3 styles. It's down, it's in a bun, or it's in a ponytail.
I love braiding hair. Like I can do damn near anything. I can do fishtails. I can do anything. But anyways,
that's so cute.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
It's her last day as a senior and she had me braid her hair.
That's cute.
Like core memory in my brain. Done.
Which, by the way, so I was texting you on Thursday. I was babysitting my nephew, who's 4. I don't know how you fucking do it. You have two little boys.
5
I'm
and
telling
4.
you, boys are maniacs.
Non-fucking stop.
Compared to my, like, what my daughter was like. He was opening every drawer and door and cupboard. He was hiding in them. He was in the basement. He was upstairs. He wanted to go outside. He was climbing the cat tree. I mean, he was all over the place.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I want to go outside and look for bugs. I'm like, okay. So then we go outside looking for bugs. I found a flower with a bee on it. And I was like, oh, look, here's a bee. She's having some lunch. And he looks at me and he goes, it's called pollen. You're right.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is called pollen. 4 years old. Maniac.
Dude, it's like herding cats at the same time. Like it's like you had 10 cats in a room and you wanted them to all get in one box. I mean, it would take you all fucking day and no patience. Like they are exhausting. Now, our Brutus, our 4-year-old, he's an independent player. You give him a toy, you say, sit here, hang out. Kid will talk to himself, play, imagination, wildfire. Augie is like his uncle, Jared's brother. We call him Uncle Joel all the time because Joel loves people, loves parties, loves interaction. He's an extrovert. Like, got it. Augie all the time is Uncle Joel. He's like, can we have friends over? Can we go somewhere? Who's coming over? They just made eye contact with me across the street. I think they want me to play with them.
Oh, man.
Like he constantly has to have fucking people. And it's exhausting because I don't like people that much. And to like go have like conversations. I mean, any neighbors that are listening, I love you, but I don't want to talk with you every single night.
Right.
I don't want to hang out in your garage every single night. I want to hang out in my garage and do nothing, not make conversation with you when we just made conversation last night and the night before. Like it's exhausting with them to constantly but yeah, that's why we put them down at like 7:45.
Yeah. We're just like, I'm done.
And they are too. I mean, when they go that fast, Joe and Walker were never like that. These two together, but I was watching them yesterday and it almost brought tears to my eyes. They were playing water balloons because it finally hit 75 here. And so they thought they were, it was hot. It was summertime. Yeah. They wanted to go swimming yesterday. So we let them play with water balloons. The amount of giggles by having the 2 kids together, like I couldn't imagine only having one of those children and having 2 of them that they'll always have each other.
Yeah.
I was just like so excited because Walker and Joe had each other. And so for me, it's easier parenting when they have each other. That one 4-year-old, oh God, no. That's why they say keep having more kids because it gets so much easier. I couldn't imagine your life of only having one because you're the play date all the fucking time. When she was little, you were the play date. That's tiring for me.
But I was working full time. So like after school, she would go to kind of an after school program and she would have friends there and like do sport things or like do homework or whatever. And then she would come home and then I'd have to like do dinner and feed the cats and clean and whatever. But yeah, I mean, it was tough. Kind of being the only one, but it's nice now. I mean, now she's nice and easy. She's 13.
Oh, girls are so much easier than boys. Yeah. I'm sorry for those of you that have that girl that's just wildfire. I'm sorry, but Josie is one of the easiest and best children out of my 4.
Maybe
other 3 are just first. Challenging. She's not. She's my second. Walker's my second. Yeah. Walker is coming into himself. I will give him that. That boy is coming into himself. The way he conducted himself with this opportunity yesterday, I was like, okay, I see you. He's taking notes from his mom. He's like, what he said. And I think this is anybody that has a side gig going on right now. He was like, I'm working my ass off to make these companies money. Why not create something for myself? And I make 100% profit. I'm like, well, it's never 100% profit because you got to pay your people. But yeah, Exactly. I mean, that's why we created our business. It's like, yeah, I could be doing great selling Mary Kay or some Tupperware. I mean, I'd know marketing. I know how to market anything now. But why am I going to go make that mega company a shit ton of money when I can just create something for myself? And you guys, if you ever want to know more about entrepreneurship, Leah and I are an open book. If you want to know how to like start a business, build a business, we're thinking about doing something, along that lines and having a class for it eventually to let you guys know. It's funny. People in the comment section are saying boys are easier. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Maybe younger, maybe.
Josie's always
what
been
do
easy.
People say girls are easier when they're younger and then get harder when they get older, and then vice versa. Boys are harder when they're younger, and then as they get older, they get hard.
Yeah. She's my most expensive child, though. I will tell you that. She's my most expensive child.
Right. All those Starbucks drinks. Oh my God. I took my daughter to there's the new summer drinks, out at Starbucks. And so last week, after she got her bottom braces on, I took her to get like one of those Starbucks drinks. $7 for this, a medium drink with some fucking like boba, whatever in the bottom. I mean, it's just crazy.
Joe spent $7.23 this morning already. Every day. Every fucking day that girl gets a drink, and she at least agreed that she's not doing coffee through the week anymore. She only does coffee once a week. But Jared sent her a TikTok the other day that said how to waste $10,000 in a year. And it was
Starbucks
through shit like that, like just your daily little swipe here, swipe there every day, your constants that adds up. So yeah, but she's so good though. People are like, why do you let her spend that? Because she's such a good kid. And if that's her one vice, that she goes and gets herself a Starbucks in the morning on the way after she's already driven herself 27 miles to school every fucking day, and she got herself up at 5:30 every day. She, volunteers and does all kinds of shit after school every day. If that's her one thing, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She had horrible habits and she was doing a bunch of stupid shit. It'd be a fuck no. But it's hard to tell a kid that's really good no.
Yeah.
It just is, and I'll be honest. I think divorce guilt plays a factor in a lot of my decisions with those two children. I think the fact that we were beyond dirt poor when they were little and now we're not as bad. I think I feel like I have to make up for a lot of things that I did not and could not give them when they were little, that now I have the luxury of being able to do. I know that's a big part of it. My therapist has told me that. I know that. I'm aware. I'm conscious. Doesn't mean I'm going to change my mind on what I'm allowing them to do. So it's just funny how divorce plays a factor. I mean, we got divorced when they were 1 and 3, but yet it still pops up. And I still like, man, if they weren't divorced kids, they wouldn't have to deal with this shit. Oh, their life would have been different, but they don't know any different. I mean, that's what my therapist kept telling me was like, Sam, they know no different. The comparison of what their life could have been with two parents and stayed together and blah, blah, blah. You're the only one that knows that. Yeah. They don't know any different. They've always known 2 homes. They've always known separate holidays. They've always known one house allows, one house doesn't. Like this is their life. This is their everyday. And I'm like, still can't wrap my head around that because I know how their life could have been, but everything happens for a reason.
A lot of my guilt comes from and we did a training on this last week, how to discipline as a single parent, which
that was good.
The replay's still in there if you're not in the next chapter, but that's really what I struggle with the most. If I look back on like just the shit that I wish I could have done differently or just knew how to, I just wasn't in a good place to process my emotion. I had no self-awareness. I could not regulate my emotions. Like I was a mess. So then that bled into my parenting, as it does, right? When you're not taking care of yourself or going into therapy or whatever. And I totally I had no patience. And I'm super rigid. And I wish now I'm like, man, like I wish I could go back and just do it differently. But she seems okay.
Yeah. Well, I think that's, when my older kids see me parenting my younger kids,
they're like, what the fuck is this?
There's a lot of eye rolling. There's a lot of like, who fucking invaded your body and took over? Like, I let so many more things go and I talk through emotions so much better and I'm down to their level and I'm not quick to spank. And I'm like, my tolerance is so, and a part of that is I'm 45, I'm not 25. And that's what I told, Walker the other day or a couple times ago. I'm like, dude, there's a 20-year gap of education, wisdom, maturity. Like,
Right.
I was 25 raising you. I'm 45. Like,
Yeah.
I'm picking my fucking battles at this point, Like,
Right.
my fuck jar got really small. When you guys were little, I gave a lot of fucks about a lot of things, and now
Yeah.
I just don't, Um, I don't. If they have the sniffles, guess what? They're staying home from school.
Yeah.
Have a
Right.
mental health day and get better, I'm not gonna force you to do. There's just a lot of things I did different. Yeah, but
Yeah.
discipline, I was a rager, I was, emotionally unstable, I was just, "Rah!" I'm mad about the co-parent, I'm mad about divorce, and I would just irrational responses
Mhm.
to stupid shit that now
Mhm.
if these 2 do, and I'm like, my
Right.
older kids are like, "Who are you? You are not the same person." So,
No.
yeah, divorce guilt and all that, and you learn, and it's just like, that's why I don't think you should have kids young. Not that I recommend 40 like I did. 40 was tough to have kids. I'm not gonna lie, that was tough. But there's something about knowing who you are and, like,
Mhm.
knowing what you stand for and what do you think about certain subjects before you just have kids in your early 20s.
Yeah.
I didn't
And
know who I was.
it's a lot easier when your life is stable. Like, when you're going through a divorce, there's just upheaval.
Yeah,
Everything there's so many unknowns, and you're scared, and you're doing things alone, and it's hard to balance and to juggle, and when you're just doing all of that, it's hard. It's
yeah.
hard to be the best mom you can be, and that's
Uh-huh.
really a lot of reason why we do what we do, is to give you as many tools as we can to
Yeah,
help you and to teach you how to, like, process your emotions and to get the anger out in a healthy way and to get into because it matters. Like, all of that little stuff that you can kind of sprinkle in throughout your day, it helps balance that out a little bit more so that you can show up and be
yeah,
the best parent you can be, doing the
yeah,
best you can do.
right. So, this morning, I was listening to a podcast by Rachel Hollis, and it was 15 things to make your life easier, and I thought, again, where was this? Where was this in my 20s raising kids? And she talked a lot I'm not gonna go through all 15, but she talked a lot about habit stacking,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
getting ahead of tomorrow, today. And so, like, she starts her coffee, she schedules it, where it's already made by the time she wakes up, little things like that. But one thing that I'm gonna take away was leave things out that you want to use. And that goes
Mm,
against my, like, a little bit of OCD, clean countertops, everything needs to have a home. But if it's not out, I'll forget about it. So, like,
mm.
certain vitamins and stuff that I'm
Yeah,
wanting to
yeah.
take, supplements, if I put it up in the cabinet because it belongs up in the I'll forget,
Right.
you know? Like, she just said, "Start leaving things out that you wanna use." She's like, "You leave your clothes out in the morning for your workout. Why would you not leave out the book that you" so, like, all the stuff, I put it away. I put it down here on the shelf, and then guess what I don't do? I don't use it because I've put it away. I
Right.
gotta start leaving things out that I want to use. I gotta get over this, like, clean lines, clean countertops, and, like,
Yeah.
just leave some stuff out. But the habit stacking, I think, as a single parent is critical. So if you're putting away dinner, go ahead and start making tomorrow's lunches because your kitchen's already being like used and disheveled instead of having to do it in the morning when you are have a clean kitchen because you cleaned it the night before. Like do everything the night before. If you're brushing your teeth, you're doing your affirmations, like put things together that make sense to start building habits to get through things a lot faster.
Mhm.
We pick up our house every single night before we go to bed, even when we don't want to. We just do because it makes
Mhm.
the next day easier. But she
Mhm.
gave another good one. She said, start washing your face the second you get home
Mm.
instead of waiting till bedtime, because then you're like, you talk yourself out of it. You're like, I'm tired. I fell asleep watching the show. Like, I'm just going to go crawl into bed. She's
Mhm.
like, so as soon as you're done with the day, which I've been doing, like as soon as, and I know it doesn't look like it, but I do have makeup on. But the second I get done with work, I go wash my face. And then hopefully I wash it again before I go to bed, but I just want the makeup off.
Right.
I want all of it away. Um, yeah, so it was just really good listening to her talk about habit stacking and just making your life simple and easy and just especially as a single parent as she is now, running through life every day. So,
Yeah.
it was a good one. It was a good lighthearted one to listen to, but I'm looking for something in manifesting. I want something.
A podcast or
Yeah, I want like fourth dimension podcast. I want like a manifest the future. Like I want Jamie C on crack is who I want. I
what
want
about, like,
all the
Gabrielle Bernstein? I think she's got a podcast about
okay. I need to look into that.
manifestation.
Okay. Okay. Um Anyways, what else do you got going on?
Oh, I wanted to ask you, you were telling me your kid had a rash and you were using something that's magical.
It is.
And you use it for all kinds. What is that?
It's Norwex, which I know there's probably people that are listening to this.
Is that a brand?
It's a brand, like it's a company.
Right.
And Norwex rags have been our holy grail for probably 8 years, 7 years.
I've never heard of this.
It's just a clean way to clean. And there's body claws and everything. So anyways, what she's saying is Augie came over the other day and he was like saying his back was hurting. And I pulled up his shirt and he had a rash, like it was palm of my hand big on his back. And it was all bumpy and red. And he said it was hot. He kept saying it's hot, hot. So I went and got an Norwex rag, and it has components inside of it, has silver inside of it, and different elements inside of the rag. And I got it hot, and I put it on there, and I held it on there for maybe 6 minutes. Pulled the rag away, it was gone.
Just a dry rag, or you put like
no, it was wet. It was hot. It was a hot rag, but no, there's no chemicals. There's stuff in the rag that, like when you dust with it, it like pulls all of the dust versus just when you look at the rag, you can't see it. It's inside. It's magical. Doing your floors, I'm telling you, if you have hardwoods,
I gotta try this. Is this on Amazon?
No, it's a company. I'm just gonna build you a basket and send it to you because I know what you need. My mom does the towels. Like I don't have that kind of bougie money. She buys like the full body, like dry off towels. And when I go to her house, these things are like, she has them folded and they're like, one towel is this big.
Wow.
Like it stays poofy. It doesn't get to like paper thin, you know?
Right.
But yeah, there's like face towels, there's kitchen towels, there's drying everything, mops, dust mops, ceiling. It's just, I can't even put it into words. They have shampoo and conditioner and all that stuff too. It's just holistic, kind of clean, not chemical heavy.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I
the
like
rags,
that stuff. Yeah.
The rags alone, they get anything. Like there's pencil on our wall from our freaking 4-year-old, comes right off. They have a paste that gets everything out. Like your pots and pans that have like the old black shit on the bottom of them. They have a paste that you just rub on, comes right off. And your pots and pans look brand fucking new.
Somebody had showed me like I don't remember the name of the brand now, but I got it off Amazon. It's like an all natural stain remover, and I'm loving that. Anything, that's like doesn't have chemicals in it. I'm all about.
Yeah. My mom has always used it, and it has just been the window washing. So Kristen, they also have, I don't know if you got it yet. So they have this cloth. It's a pink one on most like packages, but it's for your windows. You never have to use Windex, which Windex is, I'm not going to get on this tyrant, but if you ever look up the damage of what Windex can cause if ingested, or like, it's not good. Right. So like if your pets and your children are like all over your windows and you're washing your windows with Windex. Anyways, but this rag, I can't believe I just made that face, but this rag, like you get it half wet and half dry, and you wipe with it wet and then flip it over and wipe with the dry part. Streak free, no little lint pieces like from paper towels. I'm talking the cleanest windows you've ever seen. But they also have one, if you have stainless steel items, they have a stainless steel rag that, again, half wet, half dry, go through and wipe. I mean, I'm no rep. My mom's a rep. She loves it so much. The detergent is amazing. And yeah, you're just cleaning with just water. You're cleaning your floors with just water, your walls with water, your sinks with water, everything with just water, because it's the rag that does it.
That's crazy. I do use sometimes just like a distilled white vinegar diluted with water.
Yeah, then your house smells like vinegar. But I'm telling you, it's just water. Jared, when we first started doing it, he's like, this is ridiculous. You know, you got to use chemicals to clean the countertops off after blah, blah. No, you don't. No, you don't. Like even after you do something like raw egg or raw meat, I'm telling you, it's the demonstrations that a Norwex rep can do it'll blow your mind, and like test it for germs and shit. It's fucking crazy. So anyways, there's that. Yeah. So I'll send you the link for that because you can go to town.
Okay.
You can go to town. It's amazing. So it's Monday. Trainer.
Yeah. We're headed into the next chapter. Today, we're going to talk all about strategies for releasing anger and resentment.
What's a good day for that? Because I'm holding a lot right now.
I know. We're all fired up today. So it's going to be good. We're going to just talk about practical tools and strategies to help you acknowledge your feelings, release painful emotions, embrace forgiveness. Sometimes that's the hardest thing. And just move forward, because when you're pissed and you're holding on to all that resentment, it's the only person that's really fucking with is you. Nobody else cares. Your ex doesn't care that you're mad at them, right? But you're feeling that's impacting your choices. It's impacting how you're feeling. And so it is important to understand all of the different ways that you can approach that and process it and work through it so that you can let it go, like set that baggage down, and feel a little bit lighter. So that's what we're going into today.
I have to give an example. My daughter and I went to a graduation party this weekend, and it was a quick in and out kind of thing because we had other things we had to go do. Someone was there. Again, I live in a small town. Someone was there that has ran their mouth obsessively about my family, not just me, but my parents. And so when I walk in and I see this person, I'm like, one of two things is going to happen. Sam's getting arrested or Sam's going to make this better. Because I just got like instantly angry, frustrated, mad. Because I have this protective thing. I think my whole family does. If somebody talks shit about my family, we're going to blows, But I had to, in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is not the setting. This is, not who I want to be. This is the old me getting really angry and fight mad club, mad. And so I walked right up to this person and I made this person speak to me. And this person tried to ignore me after they've ran their mouth in other locations, not to my face, but about my family, to my family members. But they know I know. They ignored me. And so my daughter's standing right there and she knows the whole story. So my daughter's looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, please don't swing at this person. And so I just kept talking to this person and making them speak. And I made them uncomfortable because what they wanted was for me to ignore, not confront, not make a scene, not like they're one of those type of people that wants to run their mouth over here in the corner. But when I walk up, then all of a sudden they're silent. And I knew that about this person. And so I just stood there and was very respectful, talked, praised the children that they have and moved on. Right. So I go stand next to somebody else and my daughter's looking at me like, what did you do? Like, holy cow. This person walks up to get through the crowd. And again, they're in my circle. And so I just stand there. And the person says, well, hey, are you going to say hello to Sam? And this person, it was like killing them. They're like, yes, I already did. And I was sitting there thinking, you are so bothered by me. You are so bothered. This person could be my father, by the way. You're so bothered by my presence. And I couldn't help but think of the whole scenario and thinking, this is probably what it's like for my ex-husband. If he bumps into me in public, he has the same vibe. I'll ignore, I'll look away, I'll look down. I don't want to speak to you. Like my presence bothers people. And I think I'm okay with that because while I got triggered a little bit when I walked in of like, oh my gosh, I've not seen this person since I heard about this. I still looked at them and I almost had empathy that like, this is who you are as a man. You will talk shit from afar. You will talk shit publicly, but you don't have the balls to say it to my face.
Right.
Like where I'm just like, I'm right here. If you have something to say, we're 3 inches from each other, but it was silence. And I want people to get to that point where you get to your people that have bothered you in the past and you don't walk away. Now, I very easily could have walked in that room and never associated with that person, but that person to me would have won. That I would have been tiptoeing around them and avoiding them because they were there first. No, I'm going to walk right up to you within the first 30 seconds I walked in the room, and I'm going to own the room and I'm going to own the space. I'm going to make myself feel heard and validated and safe so I can enjoy the rest of the time that I'm in the room. I'm not going to walk on eggshells that, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I mean, it was almost empowering, but what it was is it showed my daughter. She was like, I cannot believe you did that. And I'm like, what was the other alternative? Avoid and be coward and shy away and make him comfortable? No, absolutely not. I got the power back. I walked right up to you, old man, and you didn't have shit to say, old man. It's not what I said, but it's what I wanted to say. So sometimes it's about getting your power back in moments that present themselves. Now, did I think that person I had no idea that person was going to be there. And it just so happened in coincidence with me leaving town here soon that I had that opportunity to make that person feel uncomfortable, all the opportunity in the world to say something, but he chose not to, so it's like, I got my 2 cents in, I left respectful. I left taking the high road and showing my daughter that I'm not scared of anyone. So, I don't know. It was just kind of a cool moment to have with her because she got in the car and was just like, I can't believe that happened. She's like, I just learned so much from that situation. And it was that anger, resentment was there until I saw him. And then it was like, no, I'm taking this back. So I hope some of you have that opportunity sometime in life to confront people that have wronged you in the past and you choose what to do in that situation. Is it a learning moment for your children? And does it empower you versus put you more back, in trauma and stuff? Like, so just think wisely about how to handle situations. Plus, it was not the place to like throw hands at a graduation party, but that's the old me. I mean but that came to me real quick. That was the first instinct, was to throw hands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was just like, no, I'm going to take this to teach my daughter something, that we have the power because we're confident with ourselves. So I don't know, just a little moment there that I don't normally get, especially in a small town.
Good for you.
So
yeah, you're braver also when it comes to like, you don't shy away from confrontation.
No.
Like I'm more I don't like confrontation. I'll do it if I mean, if I have to, I step up and do what I have to do, but like I really try to avoid it. I'm definitely more passive in that way, and I want it to just pass. And I don't like, being in arguments or any of that. So and so that's why boundaries also were really hard for me to learn to do. Like because I don't want to upset people. I don't want to disappoint people, the people pleasing tendencies. I think that definitely plays into why I don't like confrontation, but sometimes you got to just do what you got to do. And it does make you feel more confident afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I felt better that, if I leave town, he's got nothing. He's got nothing bad to say about me.
Well, and like that's his life. Like his life is, I just gossip and talk shit about people.
Yeah, and everybody knows it. Like, and I think everybody knows it. I think that's the thing in all of like your divorce problems and co-parent talking shit about you is, I know it bothers you, but step back and look at it from a perspective of a community member.
Right.
They
like
know that that's who
is that person on a day-to-day basis. If that's literally what they're spending their energy on, thinking about, talking about, like they're just keeping themselves unhappy. And you're just,
And I think it's seen throughout the community that that's what's happening. Like, wow, this person could just move on because it seems like all they do is just talk shit about everybody. Like, this is not the person. Now, do people stay away from those type of people? No, because people love gossip. People love the drama. People love stirring the pot and being like, did you know what he said? Kind of thing. And then that's where I saw a TikTok this morning that said, oversharing is giving up power. Keeping stuff to yourself is empowering, like, and I'm an oversharer. And so that has fucked me a lot in my early years in co-parenting, that I was an oversharer and then I'd get hurt. And it's like, keep your peace, sister. Keep some of that shit to yourself. You're the one giving your power up by sharing, thinking that that was going to be the thing that, iced him over to make him nice. And it's like, I think a lot of us need to learn that sharing isn't always us looking for a resolution. It's giving up a lot of ourselves that the other person's not reciprocating or will take and use for their own good and not for the good that you intended by sharing information. So I had to learn that the hard way. So I hope some of you don't either, but we got to go give a training. Yes. So we got to get going. We got to go give a training in like minutes. So if you guys want to head over there to learn about anger and resentment, get into the next chapter. All right, everybody. Talk to you later.